Have you ever borrowed money and it felt like the worst decision of your life? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you practical ways on how to borrow money without regret. Because if you don't do it right, it can actually disrupt your peace of mind. Hello besties, you're welcome to the channel. How are you all doing today? If you're coming across this channel for the very first time, you're most welcome. I am Philomena, your personal finance bestie, helping you to build wealth one smart money move at a time. And this is the Few First community. On this channel, we talk about passive income ideas, business ideas, growth tips, investment tips. If this resonates with you, please hit on that subscribe button, like this video as well, and share with someone. Now, there are times that people have emergencies and they scout around for money and they call this person, they call that person, they don't find help. The last option they will have is to download an app and probably take a loan. Now, when this happens, you may not have to regret your decision. You know why? Because at that point you needed help so badly, and that was the only way you could get help. But if you go through this route and you are doing it just for what? To buy clothes, hair, shoes, bag, things to impress people that actually don't care, you are definitely going to be ended up with regrets. So this is the first thing that I want to say. If you must borrow, you want to borrow because of something that is worth it, not to borrow to fund a lifestyle that can actually wait for later. Because some of these things that you bought right now, you will still end up buying them tomorrow at a better time when you have money for it, right? So you don't have to actually go to a loan app and borrow just because you are saying that you have access to the loan. So yeah, you want to borrow not to fund a lifestyle, but to actually meet a need that is worth it. It is not funny to see your names and pictures out there be sent to your friends, your loved ones, your family, telling them that, oh, you borrowed money from them, you're a thief and all that. And that is what happens when you borrow money from sources that are not accredited. Yes, if you want me to make a video on some of these sources that are not accredited, that have been delisted by the federal government, let me know down in the comment section. I'll be doing that video for you so that you can know these sources that put out people's name and pictures, threatening them, writing RIP on their names. That is not a loan, that is not borrowing, that is harassment. And the federal government has made sure to delist some of these companies that are doing these things. I will be making a video on that as well. Like, there was a day I was just on my phone and I saw the picture of one of my music directors being sent to me, and they were just saying all sorts of things, and it felt so heartbreaking because I know that man personally. He's such a good person. I'm sure he had a great need that day before he could have even gone to those loan apps, and that was what they did to him. So it can be very embarrassing and very, very distasteful. So you want to avoid unaccredited loan apps. I'm going to be leaving a video in the description as well as the end screen where I talked about reputable loan apps that you can borrow money from here in Nigeria, and I equally compared their interest rates. So you want to check out that video. Borrowing money from unscrupulous apps and platforms will end you up in regret, because nobody wants to see their pictures out there being embarrassed and just telling people that this person is dead just because they borrow money from them. Please avoid apps that are not accredited, because it will only end up in premium regret. Another reason why you will not end up in regret when you borrow money is when you use it to fund a viable business. Yes, because there are times that people want to fund their businesses and they just need a startup capital, but they don't have it, right? So you can actually go to a loan app to borrow money to fund your business, because from there you can get money to pay back. It is okay to borrow money to fund a business when you are going to be getting your return on investment. Don't go and borrow money to start up a business that you don't know how viable that business is, how your profit is going to come. If you borrow money to start up that kind of a business, it is going to end up in premium regret. So whatever business you're going to be starting, you already have an idea of how much you're going to be making, how you're going to be making this money, so that you can have the money to pay back. Also, before you borrow any money from any fintech platform, even though they're accredited, you want to read the fine lines, which means you want to read their terms and conditions. A lot of people just go to these apps and the next thing is that they press accept without even reading their interest rates, without even reading their terms and conditions. Because you're just in a hurry to take this money, you press accept without knowing what you are up against, and then tomorrow when they start sending you messages and all that, you start acting like you never knew. But the truth is, they gave you an opportunity to read their terms and conditions, but you were just in a hurry to get this money without even going through all of these things. So before you borrow any money from any fintech platform, even though they are accredited, make sure you read their terms and conditions and know what your interest is, so that if it is something that you can pay back, you take it. But if you know that it is beyond you, you leave leave it and find other ways to get the money. If you are getting something from this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Another thing you want to look at when borrowing money to avoid regret is to borrow with a plan. Do you know that there are people that go to loan apps, they will see the different options of money that they can actually borrow. They don't have an idea on how they are going to pay back these loans, but just because they see an offer, they're like, so I can actually borrow this kind of an amount. I can borrow this. People did not tell me. Oh. They will collect this money. They don't know how they are going to pay back. They will go for the highest money they can see there without even having a plan, without even knowing how they are going to get the money and the interest on it. You should not be found in this category if truly you are interested in borrowing money without regrets. If you are going to borrow money, you want to have a plan and know how you're going to pay back this money. Just because you saw an amount there does not mean you should take it. If you came with an initial amount in mind and you see it there, you take that one. Don't say because you are being offered more, you will not be tempted to take that one when you don't have a plan on how you're going to pay it back. That is you setting up yourself for unnecessary high blood pressure, right? So yeah, even though you have that opportunity to borrow more money, please do not go for it if you don't have a plan and know how you're going to pay back this money. So these are some of the things that you should avoid if you are going to be borrowing money without regret. I hope you have learned one or two from this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel as well for more amazing content like this, and check out this video where I talked about the reputable apps you can borrow money from here in Nigeria, and I compare their interest rates as well.